Hey guys, James again. As you can tell, I'm not in my trailer. I'm back at my home in Wiley, Texas. Decided to come home for a few days. I've been sick this week. Came down with something in the middle of the week. Chest sinus, chest congestion, all this other stuff. Didn't feel like being out there by myself in a 18-foot trailer by myself. So came home for a little bit. Needed to come home since my last video. Um, and it's been a struggle. It hasn't been all rainbows and unicorns and you know happiness. One of the things you deal with when you're you know when you decide to up and leave and go spend your life in a 18-foot trailer 325 350 miles away from home is isolation and trying to figure out where you fit in and what you're going to do every day. And you got to find time away from the trailer because it's so small, but at the same time you don't have a lot to do because you don't hang out in bars, you don't drink, so you don't know really where to go. So you just try to make the best of it. I love to fish. I'm a big fisherman. I'm in West Texas. I'm out in the desert. There's no place to go fishing. So in my spare time, I don't have a lot to do. And you think, well, hey, if you're busy, then why are you looking for stuff to do? Well, the truth is, it's slowed down. It's slowed down quite a bit for me. Um, Spoke to, as you guys know, I've been working with ACD mostly. I've been getting work a couple of other places, but ACD has been my main source of work, and they've been slow. I talk to them. I call them, hey guys, what's going on? Why did I piss you off? Are you not happy with me? And and they said, hey, it's slow everywhere. It's just not that much going on. And so for a while, I was thinking, well, maybe this was a mistake. I probably need to go back home and kind of reevaluate what I'm doing, where I should go, what I should do. And the whole time, ACD has just been like, dude, this happens. It comes in waves. It's a roller coaster. It's up and down. It's up and down. You just got to get used to it. But eventually, you'll catch your groove, and you'll realize how the work, you know the peaks and valleys of this business. And so I stayed, and it stayed patient. And this week has been. Last week was, I mean, I did okay. It was a decent week. At the end of the week, I had a bass tournament in Possum Kingdom Lake here in Texas. Some of you may or may not know I'm a big kayak bass fisherman. I didn't do that great in the tournament, but anyway, we um, I did that last weekend and got back in Sunday night. Monday, I had 4 claims that I knocked out. Tuesday, I had 2 claims, but it was also kind of a quote unquote admin day where I was getting caught up was like invoicing and billing and things like that. A lot of companies will pay you twice a month. Like, so if you, like with ACD, whatever you turn in by the 15th of the month, you get paid the 15th of the next month, which you turn in by the 31st or the last day of the month, you pay the last day of the next month. And so I needed to get caught up on that and get that done. So it was actually pretty good. I was slow on Tuesday, and then Wednesday rolls around. I got nothing, man. I've got nothing in the pipeline. I got 1 claim I need to go work. And actually, I'll take that back. I had 2 photo only assignments from another IA firm, and but I wasn't feeling good. I was just absolutely feeling awful. I had sinus congestion. It's getting in my chest, and all this started on Sunday whenever I came back from my bass tournament. Um, just not a lot to do. And I was thinking, look, I'm sitting around, not doing anything. There's hardly been any work this week. I can sit home and not work. I'm gonna actually go back to Wiley. Well, that was my plan. I was like, I'm just gonna get up on Thursday morning, and I'm just gonna drive back to Wiley, and that's it. And then I'll come back on Monday or something. Well, next thing I know, between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m., I get sent several claims in Hobbs, New Mexico. Well, Hobbs, New Mexico is about an hour and a half drive away from Midland. I'm going to back up a second. I'm staying on the east side of Midland, and I was thinking, I'm not getting a lot of work. Maybe I should change my zip code. Maybe I should change my quote unquote dispatch address. Well, there's another place where I'm looking at moving to. So I just changed my zip codes. I changed my dispatch location. I uploaded that into ACD system, called ACD, made sure that they got it, and bam. Next thing I know, I received several assignments, and that was just by changing my geographic location 10 miles west of where I was staying. It opened up some doors for me, and it pulled some areas into my coverage area that I wasn't getting before. So that helped me tremendously. So where I'm going with this is guys, if you're finding yourself not getting a lot of work, kind of look at where you're at, look at where you're centered at, and kind of look at the population areas, and maybe just kind of shift yourself a little bit, and talk to your IA firms and let them know, hey, yes, I live over here, but let's make this zip code my dispatch zip code, this address my dispatch address. It could, so you may lose 10 miles one direction, but you're going to pick up 10 miles the other direction. So what happened was, so by shifting myself 10 miles to the west, I got assignments that I wasn't getting before. And by the way, I didn't just get Hobbs, New Mexico. I got some other assignments. I got Fort Stockton, which it's still a ways out there, but I wasn't getting those before. I was getting Big Springs, but previously, whenever I went to Big Springs, Texas, I would get maybe 6, 7 miles. Well, I'm still getting Big Springs, but I'm getting paid more money to go to Big Springs now. You see what I'm saying? So I'm still picking up the work where I was getting it before, but I opened up some areas as well by just shifting my geographic center. ACD has been fantastic in helping me work through this process and finding out where I should be and how I should be working my business. And remember, guys, we're not employees. We're running a business. This is what we're doing. So we don't just sit around and wait for our quote unquote bosses to assign us work and give us something to do. We have to be constructive as far as what we do to find that business so that we can sustain ourselves. Again, I'm in Dallas Fort Worth. That's my home. That's where I live. That's my family. This is where my house is. I'm sitting over here doing nothing. So I'm going, okay, I have a business, so I need to find business. So I go to West Texas. Well, I go to West Texas, I'm working, but I'm not seeing as much. What do I have to do to find more business and get creative with that and shift myself? So guess what's going to happen now? Yes, my trailer, my RV trailer is parked 10 miles outside of Midland, but I know another trailer park, another RV park that's in the center of Midland, which is actually the address that I gave them. I'm moving my trailer this week and moving to that direction. Um, However, am I still getting a lot of work? You know, I'm getting enough work. I mean, but I still have capacity. I'm doing well. Um, I'm actually exceeding my goals that I had set for myself in certain time periods. But at the same time, I'm still not where I think I should be. So what I spent time doing this week was I contacted other IA firms and trying to create more opportunities for myself by signing up for other IA firms. So that's where I'm at. You know, again, I've become the biggest ACD fanboy on the planet. Um, Call it what you will, but man, they've been great to me. I'm so appreciative of everything they've done and how they've helped me. There's a guy named Oscar. Oscar's fantastic. I mean, he and I joke around and have fun. Um, Daniela, who's onboarded me, she's helped me with my zip codes. Abdul, who's my CSR for a couple of the insurance carriers that I work with, he and I have created a relationship. These guys have just been fantastic, and the culture of ACD is exactly the way. If I grow a business and start a business, it's exactly the way I'd want it to be. Everybody just seems to have such a serving heart, and they're fantastic to work with. So hey, if you're not getting work from ACD, you need to try. And try to find a way to work yourself into there and get some business. So I know this video is running a little bit long. We're almost at 10 minutes right now. I want to tell you guys, look, man, what I've done is what I've had to do. What I recommend anybody else doing this, what I've done, I wouldn't recommend upping and moving yourself out to the desert to get work. It's tough. It's hard. It's very, very difficult. But man, if you think you can stomach it, do it. Okay? Sacrifice and do everything that you know that you can tolerate. And if it's too much for you to do, if you think, sometimes your eyes are bigger than your stomach. If you go, yeah, I can do that, but you go out there and do it, and then you don't think you can, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I made a mistake. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I'm wrong. But pull yourself back. Don't give up, okay? But just find another route. Just find some other way to do it. And that's all I'm saying. Be flexible. Matter of fact, one of my biggest heroes of all time, and some of you guys will maybe know who this is, and some of you probably don't, is Gumby. Okay, Gumby had his pet Pokey, who was a horse. Gumby was flexible. Okay, my goal is to be Gumby, is to be flexible and not be rigid, and keep finding a different way to do things and say, okay, I'm not set in my ways. I need to do something else. But that's it. That's all I got today. Be Gumby. Y'all have a great day. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. If you need anything, give me a call. Adios. Goodbye.